My name is Melissa Friend, and I need to provide public notice to the Larimer County Commissioners. This is in accordance with the USCS Rules of Civil Procedures, as well as Rule 17 and Rule 20 of the United States Supreme Court. The Constitution of the United States has the overarching requirements that every state must follow. I don't think anyone will deny that. The states cannot enact their own alternative legislation substituted for the guarantees of the Constitution of the United States. That would mean that the state laws are more powerful than the Constitution. The United States, Clause 1 of Amendment 5 to the United States Constitution says no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or grand jury. However, the state of Colorado has enacted its own alternative legislation that permits the prosecuting attorney or public officer to charge by information, not by indictment. That is unconstitutional. An emolument violation is when you pay a public official to break the law. The Constitution has two areas that enforce this. One is Article 1, Section 10, where it says that no state shall create any law that shall impair the obligation of contracts. Police officers, prosecutors, judges are all under a contract to perform that's based upon an oath or affirmation that they took. The contract parameters are defined within the Constitution of the United States. When the state enacts a law that directs their agents to disobey the law, the Constitution of the United States, that would be a violation of Article 1, Section 10. Now, the 14th Amendment is the other place that you'll find the reinforcement of this issue. And that is where it says that no state shall create or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the United States citizens. The privileges and immunities of the United States citizens are at a minimum. Those enumerated within the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments, they cannot be impaired. And thus the state of Colorado has enacted a law in its inferior constitution that is permitting public officials and law enforcement whom you pay to violate the Constitution of the United States. As a result, there's an inordinate amount of people currently imprisoned by the state of Colorado illegally and unconstitutionally. Channel Downing is litigating this issue at the United States Supreme Court. I'm here to notify that if you continue to pay public officials to break the law, that there can be criminal sanctions that would come from that. We don't want to go that path, but officials must be made aware that paying people to disobey the law is an emolument. It is illegal and is unconstitutional. I'm asking for you honorable individuals to please take a look at Clause 1 of Amendment 5. Confirm what I'm saying to be true, and then direct your public officials to act in a lawful constitutional manner consistent with the obligations that are codified in the Constitution of the United States. I have a notice that I'd like to put on the record. There's still time to do what is right and repent and restore what has been broken and uphold justice before judgment comes. Thank you, and God bless.
Restore the hope, the